Hi there everybody and welcome back to the Toon Review YouTube channel for today's Newcastle United news. My name's Paul, thank you for watching. As usual, if you do enjoy the video, please do give it the thumbs up. And of course, if you're new and you like what you see, why not come and subscribe? It is completely free. It's a fantastic community on the Toon Review YouTube channel. All of Newcastle United's games covered this season with live commentary, as well as loads of other live shows and uploads and things like that. So we'll cover everything Newcastle United right here on this channel. But don't forget to hit the notification bell so you never miss an upload like this or one of our live shows. Right, let's dive straight in. And the main news coming out of Newcastle United this morning is, of course, Miggy Almiron, and his deal to go back to the MLS is off. Newcastle and Charlotte failed to agree a fee for the player. I think Charlotte put in a bid of around 10 million quid. Newcastle's valuation is slightly higher at around 16, I'm led to believe from reports that I've read. So there is a gap there. Newcastle weren't prepared to drop too much, and Charlotte didn't want to spend too much more money. So there was no deal, and of course the MLS window ends today. So that deal is practically now dead in the water, and Miggy remains a Newcastle United player for now. And I say for now because, you know, I'm not saying that there's any other bids coming in. I'm saying for now because there's 16 days left of the transfer window. Miggy could well get an offer come in from another club or another league, and things may develop like that. But at present, he starts the season as a Newcastle United player. I don't know how you feel about that. For me, I think the time is up for Miggy to leave, but at the same time, I'm not jumping on the bandwagon with all these idiots on social media who are absolutely hammering him, personal abuse, etc. I don't agree with that. Yes, I've been very tough on Miggy on a football side of things, but to give him personal abuse when you don't know the guy is shocking, really. But I've said that yesterday. But on a footballing sense, look, it's clear that Eddie Howe wanted him to stay. Eddie's come out and said that he wants him to stay. Miggy himself has said he's happy on Tyneside. His family, who's got young children, remember, are very settled in the area as well. So he's not been pushing for a move. Not at all. But it looks like Newcastle United, we do need upgrading on that right wing. We all know that as fans. That is nothing against Miggy or Jacob Murphy for that matter. But we do need quality on that side to go with the left-hand side and who we've got through the middle. We could have a fantastic strike force next season if we bring in the right player, of course, on the right-hand side. But however, it looks like Miggy is starting the season as a Newcastle United player. So, as usual, he will get the full support of the Newcastle fans. But it's very important for Miggy himself to up his game. He's got to be better. I think Jacob Murphy will start ahead of him anyway. But Miggy will know. Miggy will know the challenges ahead of him. He's got to perform. He's got to get better numbers, as in goals and assists. It has to be better from an international footballer. But at the minute, it's off. He's not going to the MLS again unless a miracle happens in the next few hours. But that doesn't look like it's going to happen. Miggy will continue to be a Newcastle United player. So let me know what your thoughts are on that. Now, this is going to puzzle everybody. Because it puzzled me when I read it. Now, Newcastle United, as we know, are negotiating or trying to, come to an agreement with Crystal Palace over Marc Guehi. The fee is around, Newcastle have put in around 55 million, I think, with 5 million add-ons. Palace's valuation of the player, 65. Now, Steve Parish came on Sky Sports News yesterday. He was at some kind of launch event for the Premier League, and Sky approached him and asked him about the deal. And as we know, he went on to talk about superstar player. If you want a superstar player, you have to pay superstar valuations for him. Now, I understand that from where Palace are coming from, but I also understand where we're coming from, thinking, right, yes, it's probably only about 5 million valuation between the two clubs at the minute, but at the same time, are we going to be bossed around by other Premier League teams? It seems not. And that's happened many, many times already since the takeover. When Amanda was here, Amanda wouldn't be pushed around. The PIF certainly wouldn't be pushed around. And it seems to be the same sort of case with this transfer. I'm not sure it's going to go ahead anymore, guys. I was pretty much 70-30 in favour of it happening. Now I'm probably 50-50. I just don't know. But the reports I've read today say if Newcastle don't get Marc Guehi, they will try and get his defensive partner, Joachim Andersen, which is very strange considering if they can't come to an agreement with Guehi for the player, they're going to go back to the same club and negotiate a transfer deal for another centre-back, which is, of course, Joachim Andersen. Now, Andersen has been linked with Newcastle United a few times in the past. Very good player. And even when Guehi's name was first mentioned as a target for Newcastle United, a lot of fans said that we'd rather take Andersen than Guehi. Andersen's done very well. Again, another player with good Premier League experience who could come straight into the side and not have to be bled into the Premier League. He's used to it. He knows what it's all about. He's a very, very good player. Now, there's no transfer fee being mentioned. What we do know is that Fulham did did make an offer for Andersen earlier in the transfer window, and that was rejected by Crystal Palace. The player himself has said he's very flattered by the interest. There's not just us interested. West Ham United have also declared an interest in Andersen, and he says he's very, very flattered, but continues to be a Crystal Palace player. So he's not fobbing it off. He's not saying nothing's happening. He's just being very respectful and saying he's flattered by the interest from other clubs, but he's also contracted to Crystal Palace, and that is the team that he plays for right now. If we did go for Andersen, I think it'd be a good signing, absolutely. Maybe not the marquee one that Guehi would be, because Guehi's an England international. No matter who you think is the better player, when it comes to names, I think Guehi is a bigger marquee signing than Andersen. But for me, Andersen would be an excellent signing. He's young, he's hungry, he's still, he's an international player. He's a very, very good talent, and I think could fit in nicely in the back row of Newcastle United's defence. So it's an interesting one to go back and have to negotiate with Steve Parish again if it doesn't go through with Guehi. But it's certainly a one to keep an eye on. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are still looking at defenders apparently, which again baffles me. Logan Costa at Toulouse is apparently a big target for Newcastle. And if you believe the media reports, we have made contact with Toulouse already, not recently, but in the past, regarding Logan Costa. And we are expected, or Toulouse are expecting, a big offer to come in from Newcastle. Bologna in Italy did make a bid for the player. That was rejected. It was too short of anywhere near what Toulouse wanted. But the report actually states that Toulouse are expecting a mega offer from Newcastle of around 25 million euros. Don't know if this is true or not. Again, I'm just giving you the reports of what I'm reading this morning to keep you up to date with all the news. Logan Costa, I don't know much about him, if I'm openly honest. Toulouse, one of the, I guess, smaller teams in France. They're not exactly flying high. But listen, France have been renowned in the past to produce very, very good players. Logan Costa, I believe, is... he isn't French anyway, but he's been with Toulouse for a while now. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure why we're looking at other defenders. That one really does confuse me. I don't think we need to be targeting more defenders. If we're going to spend more money, then let's go and get the right wing sorted rather than waste money on more defenders that we don't really need. It's a very, very confusing one, that. Now, finally, Pete Silverstone, of course, has... he's responded to the fans, because we've all been asking this regarding the training tops and the training ground and the naming rights of the stadium, etc. And Peter Silverstone's come out and addressed this in a recent interview and basically said that these deals do not fall from trees, which... He's been very blunt about it, and I think that's right. He should be, because he has to give the fans a little bit of an understanding of what goes on behind the scenes and how difficult it is to bring in these names, bring in these sponsors, and the money that comes with it. Now, what he did say was the right partners have to be sought who also have the right values, and it takes time. Now, I don't mind this at all, because, they're not just bringing in any willy-nilly sponsors just for a little bit of cash. They want to find the right sponsors who want long-term deals with the club, and their values have to be right. So it's not all about the money, it's about the values of that particular company as well. And I don't mind this at all. And I think it's very good of Peter Silverstone to come out and address it, because he knows that the fans have been asking this question for quite some time now. Regarding the training ground, regarding the naming rights, there's no sponsor on the training tops, etc. But he did say we are continuously working hard and we will deliver. So, whether that means that there's something coming up in the near future, I don't know. But what he did say was he will deliver. And to be quite honest with you, I believe him. There's no reason not to believe him. We've got some fantastic commercial deals in since the takeover and since Peter Silverstone's been at the club. He has worked his arse off to bring in new sponsors. And what's to say that he can't bring more in? But this it all has to develop on the pitch as well. It's no good saying that, big companies want to come in and sponsor Newcastle United, if we're not up there challenging in the Premier League or in Europe, in the Cups, etc., because that is the long-term deal of Newcastle United. And that's where the big names of sponsorships will want to be part of the club. because they'll have a bigger global audience. They'll have a bigger opportunity to get their company across the world, etc. So that's that's how it works with sponsorships and European football, etc. It's getting the name out there. So the more successful that the team is on the pitch, the bigger opportunity that Newcastle United have of bringing in the mega sponsors. So I think it's excellent of him to come out and address it. And all I would say is just let him get on with his job. And I'm sure that will all come to fruition in the near future. So there you go. That is the news so far. As usual, if anything does happen in the afternoon after I've recorded this video, we will bring it to you on our show tonight. Don't forget, we have our Premier League prediction show tonight. If you're watching this on Wednesday afternoon, that is, 7 p.m. It'll be me, Billy and Alex tonight. Sam is unavailable, but she has sent me her predictions, so we'll still cover Sam's predictions. We'll go from bottom to top in the Premier League. Come and take part in it as well. Let us know where you think certain teams are going to finish in the league. I'm intrigued to find out actually where you guys think and what the rest of the panel think. But that's tonight at 7 o'clock. And then obviously if there's any Newcastle news to bring you, we will bring it to you in the live show. So that is it. If you have enjoyed it, don't forget to give it the thumbs up. And of course, if you're new to the channel, please do subscribe. Free to do so. But also don't forget to hit that notification bell so you never miss an upload or a live show. But in the meantime, have a fabulous Wednesday afternoon, guys. Take care.